normally I have been going live on other platforms every week, twice a week. And so I am officially switching over these lives to YouTube. So I have a guest joining me today, and we're going to cover how to market your business successfully without the use of social media. We feel like this is a really good topic so that you all can be prepared for where you are going in your business. So give me one second. Let me bring Tamra up to the screen. And there we are. Hi, my love. How are you?
Hi. Okay, I was trying to figure this out. I was like, am I on mute? Am I not on mute? What do I do? I was
This is new
confused.
technology for us, y'all. So we
Oh,
tested this out, so it still looks a little bit different once we like actually go live with it. So yeah, I'm so excited. This looks good. Hey. So
yeah,
I
let's
just
go.
introduced everyone to our topic for today, talking about how to market your business outside of social media. I know a lot of times for business owners, entrepreneurs, freelancers, love to have consistent income, but when it comes to showing up online, it is a lot, especially if you don't want to post content every day, if you don't want to um, do things in order to fit into the algorithm. So, this chat is for you if you are trying to not do the most in order to grow your business successfully.
Yes, yes. And because keeping up with social media is so hard. And because it's so hard and time consuming, we forget that there are a plethora of other ways that we should be and can be marketing our business. Just because social media is new and fast and fancy does not mean that it's the end all be all. And there are plenty of very successful business people who practice other methods that are not surrounded by social media and have thriving
Oh,
businesses.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thriving. That's keyword. Not struggling, but actually doing the thing. So let's jump into it. So, a few ways that you can market your business outside of social media. So, we know that networking is always good, word of mouth, SEO, having a solid strategy. So, let's just take these one by one and tell why they are a good outlet. So, first, networking. A lot of people sleep on this one. So, I'm an introvert. So if you're an introverted person, you probably feel like I ain't got time to network. I don't like small conversation. I don't like talking to people. However, you do need to put your business out there because some people don't know what it is that you do. And being able to talk about it or have like a business card or a website to direct people to, at least you never know, that person might not be a client, but they might know someone or who knows someone. 6 degrees of separation, so it's a good thing to always like just talk about your business, talk about what you do, because you never know how that business will return to you.
absolutely. And when my husband and I originally started our marketing business in when we moved to Vegas in 2019, I was talking to my dad about it. And my dad has been an entrepreneur forever and also worked 40 years for the Postal Service in PR. So, if you're in PR, you're the plug, like you know where to go and who to talk to. And the best advice he gave me, he was like, "Oh, honey, get hooked up with your local chamber of commerce." And I
Hmm.
was like, "Really?" I was like, "They still do that?" And he was like, yeah." And it's so like important, and it really helps you to be plugged into your community. It really helps you with getting to know other business owners, which could be potential clients depending on what your business is. And when we did that, we signed up for our Vegas Chamber of Commerce, and really it really made a difference on us being brand new to the city. We got pretty much all of our clients in that first year to year and a half from networking. We were doing social media also, but our social media was taking a long time to pop off. Like most people, when you're starting from zero and you're not paying for, likes. And It really did. It really like saved our business. It really like helped us kind of get on the map, help us get our feet wet, and it helped us get to know our community better. So I would say networking is super, super important. And it's always important. So my like biggest thing in networking is nailing your 30-second pitch.
Oof,
Like,
that's a big one.
yes, nailing that pitch to tell people exactly who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. When you have that down, and
Mhm.
networking is really the only way that you can flex that muscle. Because once you have that muscle down, you can talk to anybody and
Yeah.
have them understand who you are in under a minute and what you do in under a minute. And it's really important. I remember Jeremy and I used to get complimented all the time in our networking events on our
Mhm.
30-second pitch. We would oh yeah, we wrote it out, we memorized it, we rehearsed it, and because we thought we knew that that was so important because it's really hard sometimes
Yes.
as a business owner to really describe what you do and the value that you bring to your clients. So
And
I
get
would
to
say,
it quickly so that the other person's like, okay, gotcha, got it. And that's what's so important about that 30 seconds. Because if you're able to really like give bite-sized information about what you do, who you do it for, and why, like people will eat it up and buy it quickly because it's like you're confident in what you do, you know what it is that you do, you are solid in the way that you pitch, and that makes people really want to like work with you, which leads us into our next one, which is word of mouth. That's how I feel like I get a lot of my business and return business is word of mouth.
mhm.
I don't like to, I'm not a gimmicky person. I'm very much rooted in like values and integrity and making sure you get what it is that you're paying for. And that resonates with my clients. They enjoy that. They like to have someone working alongside with them and helping them achieve the end goal and not just constantly trying to upsell something else that they got in the pipeline. So I think word of mouth, don't sleep on it. Word of mouth can either make or break you.
Oh,
Right? So if you meet
absolutely.
the people, it will spread. Negativity spreads so much faster than the positive things. And then for me, a lot of my clients, like they have some kind of like challenge, or they might have paid for a service for someone else, or might have paid for a software type thing, and it just didn't work out for whatever reason. And then I'm the person that comes in and like fixes it. So I'm a fixer. And so that is the reputation. Like, yeah, Lauren, she does marketing. But I told her I had this challenge and she just came in and took care of it. And that's what I like to hear. I'm not limited to just, consultation, but I can offer so much more. So this is why it's so good to build your reputation.
Yes, absolutely. Word of mouth is like that's your business's kind of like pulse, like it's so important. It's under the scene, it's under the radar, and it may not result in like business really quickly, but it results in longevity. Because imagine if you didn't have such a great reputation as the fixer, the person who can come in and really like when you're stuck and have that problem that you can come in and be like, "Doo, doo, doo, boom, here you go." A little more
Yep.
complicated, but you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
But that really makes a difference because it's like it's what they call your proof of concept, right? Like when people can say, I worked with Lauren, she does XYZ, she's amazing. That's proving that what your business is and how you operate your business is working. And it's proving to other people like, oh, I'm not only seeing it in my Facebook ads, I also have heard of someone who
Mhm.
has worked with this person. So it's really important. Word of mouth is also like your referrals, right? People who,
Yeah.
yeah, they always say the people who speak about you in rooms that you're not in, right? Like that is so important. So it really goes to making sure that you are delivering on what your promise is and making sure that you're going above and beyond in your customer journey and your customer service because that's the way that people want to talk about you. It's because you
Yeah.
treated them well. Yeah.
Hmm. That's a good thing. You'll be surprised how many people don't treat their customer base well. And then they wonder why sales have plummeted or they're not able to scale or increase in some area of their business. I'm sorry. I hope y'all don't get this feedback. It sounds like I got a gang of kids in my background. I think they have moved on to wrestlers. Let me hear some yelling. Everybody is fine. No one is hurt. Just playing. So I know y'all are probably like, okay, networking and word of mouth is good. But if I'm an introvert or I don't want to talk to people, or if I don't leave my house, what else can I do? And so the next thing that you can do is SEO. SEO is such a good method in order to grow. SEO can cover Google, it covers the other search engines such as your Pinterest, your TikTok, and then also your SEO is like evergreen. It gives you a leg up in the competition because some people who build solely on social media are not thinking about SEO. They are not thinking about if Instagram goes down today, how they're going to keep their business up, how they're going to stay afloat. So it's so important to have an SEO strategy in mind. And Tamara, I don't know if y'all focus so much on SEO out there for Vegas. I know y'all have different ways of attracting your audience there. But for me, being on a smaller market, it's so important to especially when I'm trying to break out of my market and reach others. So that's something that you want to keep in mind too about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, girl. Yes. SEO is important no matter what market you're in because you got to find somebody, right? People got to find you, is really what it is. You have to find people and people have to be able to find you. So SEO is definitely super important. I don't know if you remember what was it? Probably right in the beginning of the pandemic, maybe 6 months in. So maybe like May, June of 2020, SEO went crazy and everybody was talking about it and nobody understood it and everybody was so confused, but they knew that they needed it. I don't know about you.
Mhm.
We got so many calls talking about, do you guys specialize in SEO? And we would be like, well, yeah, because that's how you build a website. You like embed those keywords as you're like building out your website. And we never got like, what, like, why is everybody freaking out about it? It seems like really intuitive ways in which to build your online presence. But it's not all the time. It's not intuitive because we kind of don't, especially if you're not tech, and I'm not a techie at all. If you don't
Yeah.
like really understand the back end of your website and how like that matters and like embedding things in your back end that shows through your SEO, it is confusing and it's a little overwhelming. But,
It definitely can be.
right?
Mhm.
Luckily, there are plenty of people out there that understand SEO and can do that for you. So I would say if any of these of this list so far, if it's the networking, if it's the word of mouth, if it's the SEO that feels like intimidating, remember you don't have to do everything all at once, right?
That's right.
Pick
That's right.
one area, work through that area, and then move on to the next because they are
Mhm.
all cumulative. They all build on each other instead of just having, a beautiful content feed and you're like cranking out content and spending 7 hours a day on content. There's all these things are going to build on each other and they don't involve as much attention as social media, believe it or not. Networking does not involve as much attention as social media because you
No.
show up, you're there for an hour, you pass out some cards or your digital cards, say your 30-second pitch, and you're out like shout.
Yep.
And then you follow up
And you go get your rest, have your quiet time, and not worry about it. Because a lot of people misconceive social media. If I have so many likes or if a post goes viral, then I automatically like my content pays me, and that's a myth, right? Just posting to be posting does not pay you. You have to
Mhm.
have a social media strategy. You have to know like this is the type of content that I'll be posting consistently, and this is the result that I hope to yield. That result could be growing my email list, right? Or that result could be conversion to where I have so many people sign up for a freebie or some type of item like that. So I think it's so important to have a strategy. What are we doing and who are we doing it for and why? Without that
Yes.
strategy, you'll forever be throwing spaghetti at the wall, trying to see what sticks.
Yes, totally. Yeah, yeah,
And so
you're nothing without your strategy, which is why we're good at what we do because we understand that strategy
Yes.
is king. Listen, if I can't take nothing, if I can't understand how to turn on my computer, I can make you a strategy that works, so you'll have results, right?
Because a strategy is so much than, because some people think, oh, well, I need a plan. I could just get out here and do. Well, yes and no. You can do, just go, but you have to have a plan, a way ahead, right? If you're posting about your business every day, but you're not telling people about your website or any of your events coming up, how they can get in touch, or if they have a question, then they just sitting there. They're like, oh, that's a cute picture or video, and then they keep scrolling. Believe it or not, the human nature for social media is you have to be very intentional. When you're telling somebody, hey, I have this book, hey, I have this workshop, hey, sign up. Like, if you don't tell people that, they do not click. And I see this misconception a lot because people just automatically assume because they click that the next person would click. And that's not how we all digest social media.
Right, because the fact that so like when Instagram started, right, it was easy to be seen. But now more
Mhm.
and more people are adopting Instagram, it gets harder to be seen. And then when you put business on top of it, so say you're a business coach, right? And
Mhm.
there are could be 1,000 business coaches in your area. So even if you're posting amazing content and your content is like so good, it's like Instagram, the lords of Instagram look at your content and go, that's good content. But you may not, people may not see it because our brains are getting acclimated to being sold to so much. It needs so many touch points. I remember
Oh,
like only 3 years ago, the marketing rule was 6 touch points that people need to see you before they're ready to buy.
yeah, that's true.
Now that's like 9 to 10.
Because it's so saturated. So many people. How can I vet you? How can I know that you are actually going to give me what it is that you're selling? And this is why you have to just show up authentically you. Like, I don't like social media. That's my first thing I got to tell people. I don't work for social media. Social media works for me. I get tons of clients that way because they feel the same way. I don't want to just fit in a box of social media. I want to market how I want to market to attract the audience that I want. And it's not a thing like a popularity contest. I think some business owners get into the flow when they first started social media. Well, they're in a jet, so I have to have a jet, or they have a luxury vehicle or a mansion, so I have to have these things. I can't show up, or I have to fake it to make it. And that's the total opposite because consumers are very smart. They know a lot. Now, pandemic, a lot of us probably got fooled for a little bit. But post pandemic, people are more wiser about identifying people who are not legit in the space.
Yeah.
So this is the time for you to really grow and really like set your footing to be a leader in your industry.
Yes, absolutely, because there's no such thing as one channel will do it. Like you have to, if you want a long lasting, healthy business, healthy, I'm like, meaning money comes in, money goes out, you're able to grow and scale like sustainably, slowly, that every year you're getting better and better. Every year you're serving more people. Every year you're doing more things. You cannot rely solely on one avenue to market your business. It doesn't work like that. You cannot just because social media is there and easy and billions of people log onto these apps every day, they're not necessarily looking for what you're selling. So
Wow.
you need multiple channels. And even my husband told me this. He said that I think he said Elon Musk said that Twitter is just yelling into a void. So no, like
Mhm.
if you're LeBron and you have like the a most amount of Twitter followers, or if you're me and you have 80, because I don't like Twitter.
Mhm.
Can't do it. But but what matters is that you're still just yelling into a void. But if you're
Yeah.
networking, if you're uh, refining your SEO, if you are focusing on your customer so that they are excited to talk to other people about your services, if you
Mhm.
build a solid strategy that fulfills all the things, you have a well-rounded business. You have a business that goes, if when Twitter uh, goes down for 48 hours like it has many times, then you're not like, oh God, what's going to happen to my sales funnel? And
Right.
oh crap, Twitter's down. Well, let me go send an email to my list. Oh, let me go
Exactly.
look at what's coming up this week for networking. Oh, let me go follow up with some people that I've already met in networking. The fastest way to make sales in your business is human contact.
Yep.
Still,
Still.
still. So that means networking. That means getting on the phone with people. That means following up. That means that your strategy, even if it starts with social media, that your strategy is, okay, I'm going to post 4 times this week and have 3 CTAs in those posts. Then what happens after that? You still got to nurture, you still got to find one of those people who like these posts and entertain them, because one post isn't going to do it. So if I post something and people like and comment, I then get to go, okay, how else can I connect with those people that are already engaged? And that's where your strategy comes in. Maybe it's a DM. Maybe it's after the DM, you say, hey, you want to jump on a call?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe the DM is, I see that you've been liking my post. Thank you so much. I appreciate your engagement.
Yes,
What are you
I love
going
that.
through? Yeah, what are you going through in your business, or whatever your niche is, however you fulfill the need. It's remembering that yes, you can reach billions of people. You have the possibility of reaching, oh,
Oh, there
I
you
don't know,
are.
I don't know what
I
happened.
take
My computer just like went blank. That was so scary. I was like, no, Bertha, my baby Bertha can't leave me.
first.
That's my computer's name. Yeah, I named my computer Bertha. I was also my van's name. I used to drive a van in my 20s. I know, it was like that. Not cute. It was not sexy. It was a big old van that was also named Bertha. Anyway. But you need all the things. Like you have to have, none of this matters, social media included, without the strategy,
Yep,
right?
that's
With the,
true.
once I do A, how am I going to do B? And then what's next? And then what's next? And also the why behind it. What are my goals? Why am I doing this? What am I looking to get out of this? And then if I'm not getting what I want, how do I pivot during this strategy so that I can capture more? It's
Yep.
like all those really detailed things that we kind of shy away from because they're a little scary,
Yeah.
but that's what creates the best outcome in your business, not just
It's
social media.
it's so true. Name it and claim it. I always tell clients, write the vision, make it plain. Because if you don't, you'll forever be in your head, forever be spinning your wheels. Every time you see something trending or new or what somebody else did, you're gonna get knocked off track. You're not gonna be focused. So this is why it's so important to have like that goal written down. So I know y'all are probably like, okay, y'all haven't told me all this. So what's my plan of action? How do I move ahead? So I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. First off, you need to create your strategy. Like Tamara just said, like, what are you doing? Who are you doing it for? Why? What is the end goal? Next, from there, based on what we wrote down, we'll then have a plan. So when we say networking, go ahead and look into your chamber of commerce. That's an easy way to, one, get posted on their website. Two, they will send out a mass email to all members, letting them know that you have now signed up and joined, and probably a little blurb about you.
Hmm.
So that's a good way. And then second, well, not second, but the second too. The word of mouth part. What you can do if you're already have some clients under your belt or even friends and family, go ahead. If you have physical business cards, give them a few and be like, hey, can you just pass them out? Or if you have a digital one, share that as well that they can share on your behalf. And then also with word of mouth, if you might work in a 9 to 5 office space, or you might have a church group or community group, school group, things of that nature. Don't be afraid to say like, hey, I'm a business owner, or hey, this is what I do. Some people gonna say no, and that's fine. But I guarantee when somebody else comes along asking for that thing that you offer, you will be at the top of the mind. Closed mouths do not get bigger. Period.
That part. That
Open your
part.
mouth. You're not going to receive what it is that you're looking for. So be mindful of that. Then we want y'all to think about your SEO strategy, right? Look into Google My Business. Look at your Google listing and ranking. If you don't have Google Analytics set up, go ahead and set that up as well. If you say, oh, well, I don't have a website, let's go ahead and start looking at a landing page. And let's look at those keywords in which to draw our audience to us. And then finally, execute. Stay focused, execute. And if you run into any challenges, or if you say, I need someone to hold my hand and help me, then that's where me and Tamra come into play, because we love strategizing, planning, helping you implement and execute in order to achieve your goals.
Yes, and we have soft hands to hold your hands.
Yay!
You just have to remind them we're moisturized, okay?
So normally at the end of our lives, we always give like an engagement type of question or things to do. We understand that not everybody likes to comment in a group format, which is the beautiful thing about our partnership, is that we love meeting you all in the DMs and email and whatever other way you want to connect and contact us. So, Tamra, do we have any actions for our next follow-up?
Yes. So I would say to anybody who is watching our wonderful live this morning to look at the 4. If you're already doing one, great. But so then add another one, or look at the 4 and think about which one that you know you have not done yet that you need to add. And to all my introverts, I just want to say one little thing about networking to my introverts. You can do it in a way that feels good for you. So just because you're introvert is not an excuse to not network. Because I'm a, what's it called? Introverted extrovert or extroverted introvert. Ambivert. Yeah, some people call it ambivert. Yeah, I am that. And so networking is not easy for me, even though I'm like, all like out there and like bubbly, So I have definitely found ways in which I make it easier for myself. I definitely have systems and processes that sound very systematic, but they're really not, because I'm very hippie. That help you get to where you need to be, and because you are the best steward for your business. No one is going to talk as good about your business as you are. So it is important to network. I'll just say that. Oh yeah, so let us know which one of the 4 are you going to commit to doing. Commit to it for a month. Which one are you going to commit to doing for a month of the 4 that we talked about? And the 4 are, Lauren?
So the 4 are networking, word of mouth, SEO, and a solid strategy.
Yes. Tell us in the comments or in the DMs which one you're committed to.
All right, guys. So we will talk to you all next week. I'm excited. Can't wait to see your responses. Thank you so much, Tamra, for joining me. And we look forward to our next conversation.
Bye-bye.
Bye.